So I got a couple very simple things. It's a little palate cleanser for us. I don't know what to call this game, but we'll come up with it. True false.
A lie is cool, but if it was BB Cannon, it would have been Wendy's Presents. Breakfast or lunch. Okay, it's some basic trivia about around the city.
Okay.
You should know
Around the city?
No, about the city. Like, you
About the city. Come on,
No,
come
I
on.
didn't.
Where you from?
Bro, I grew up in Midland, Ontario.
No. Okay, but that's not an.
Bro, they got black people there?
Yes.
No, I was the only family. I was the only black family growing up in my town, bro.
Yeah.
This guy already.
Anyways, you can ask me about Finch and Weston. We'll see how much I know.
I'm more interested in that, in your story.
See?
Being
Okay.
the only black kid in your.
My dad came from the Caribbean, general surgeon.
Hey, big up pops, yeah. Big up pops,
Yeah, man. Happy Father's Day.
Father's Day weekend, yeah, you already know.
Yes, sir. I'll see you there.
At Finch and Weston.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Joking.
I was ready to go.
No way.
That's ready. He's like, yo, let's go.
So the home of Major League Baseball's Toronto Blue Jays, the Rogers Center opened in 1989 as the Sky Dome, which became the world's first sports arena to feature a fully retractable roof. True or false? We got a T over there.
You gotta pick
Losers
one,
gonna
bro.
take a shot after all of these.
Okay.
We got a true one.
Let's get the bottle ready. Let's get these shots ready.
I'm feeling like this guy in CC at the final actually.
Same feelings, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, Ty, you got it. One
You
time.
might be drinking a lot tonight. I don't know. One per answer.
How many answers we got?
I got 3 written down.
We'll do 3. We'll do.
Let's get heavy. Okay.
Do an odd number.
Okay.
We'll come on then.
The CN Tower,
Yeah.
standing at 1,815 feet tall, is named after the nickname of a popular 1950s pinup girl.
True or false?
True or false? False over there. We got Jed on the false.
How you gonna yell out the answer?
I know. No, because he didn't put it up, baby.
No, I didn't yell out the answer. I said Jed got false, and then I was.
No, I know. But he didn't answer yet.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
You're right. They're both. It is false.
Jake,
It is
it's false. All right, no shots here. Yeah, buddy.
What is it?
Okay, so that means that shot guys take a shot if we both get it right.
Yeah. I'm neutral.
Okay. What? And Switzerland in the middle.
Shot neutral.
Okay. You're part of the MLSE family, so you gotta know this.
That's right.
Oh boy.
The Toronto Maple Leafs is one of the. This guy.
As soon as you didn't say Raptors,
Yeah. He's like, I'm out. I got this wrong already.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I wouldn't have known this either.
I'll answer for you. Don't worry. I got you.
Bet.
Yeah.
The Toronto Maple Leafs is one of the original 6 teams to form the Professional Hockey League in 1942. We got another one for Ty. The answer is true.
Oh wow.
Damn. Yeah, bro.
You didn't know that, Jed?
I truly didn't know that.
Bro, how you grew up in Midland and not know about hockey, bro?
Wait, did you see that?
Big one.
Hold on.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
Hold on.
goes crazy.
Hold on. How'd you grow up in Midland and not know hockey, bro? Jeez.
One more, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Are you going for a sweep? Is he going for a sweep right
Great,
now?
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Mad competitive here. Holy.
Do you see? Look at his face when you're reading the questions. This guy's like.
I'm just chilling.
He's like, I'm not losing. I'm not losing.
Something else.
Okay. I'm going off script because I didn't.
He's Googling Mad Toronto. What do you want? What do you need?
What the Google.
What do you need?
They texted you.
I didn't get a true or false answer to it, but I'll okay.
I know the answer. That's
Okay,
why I
cool.
texted
Okay,
you.
got it. Young Street
Oh my gosh.
is the longest street in the world. That's a tough one because we've been hearing that forever.
That's actually-
and I don't know. I actually don't know the answer to
They
this.
can't make new streets. Well, they could, but.
It's false.
Let's go! Ah!
It's in Canada, right?
Oh,
It's the longest shooting.
World.
It's a huge misconception.
It
Everybody
is.
thinks it is, but it
Yeah.
actually stops. They conflated it with.
Yes.
oh, I really
Another
thought
street,
it
yeah.
was.
You
Not
know?
yo, look,
No,
yo,
it
the street's not
stops.
even that long.
No, it stops. It stops.
It goes from downtown to there.
Yeah. And then
Were you wrong?
it like stops and then like they say it
Well,
continues, but it
how's
stops.
it on some
Yeah.
solidarity shit?
Yeah. Hold on, it's cheers. Hold on. All mans. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
All right.
Okay. Another one.
All right.
You got one more?
Yeah, I got one more.
Come on.
So
I feel like you and I got to be in this one then.
Yeah.
I know the answer. I'm pulling it up.
Oh, sure. All right.
I mean, Patrick, you can keep the next one. There you go.
Yeah.
I'll play this one.
No, you got the next one. The next question.
Yeah.
Okay. Best I Ever Had became the most successful single of Drake's career, becoming an international hit and peaking at #1 in 15 countries, including Canada and the US, where it became the first #1 single.
So read it again.
Best in his career. Whole
Yeah, in his career?
or at the time.
That's the key right there.
Yeah.
Best I Ever Had became the most successful single of Drake's career, becoming an international hit and peaking at #1 in 15 countries, including Canada, the US, and the UK, where it became his first #1 single.
First. That's tough. It's not as big as of his career. I know that for sure.
I don't think that's what it's saying.
Okay.
I'm gonna go here.
So
I'm answering 5, 4. This man trying to get arrested to reread the question.
I know, right?
If they both wrong, do they both drink?
Yeah, of course.
Because the answer is one dance.
I need a one.
I might have been up to that point.
that's what I meant. Because I know it wasn't his biggest song.
Not just drink, bro. Just drink.
It wasn't
Just
up
drink.
the career.
Just
I
drink.
just know I drank for a
Just
red-
drink. No, you're drinking.
I love watching a man argue.
Oh man, so competitive, right? It's like, nah. All right, one more.
Ty wanted to say ball game so bad.
I've never understood.
They want one. What's the score? What's the score? I wasn't even keeping track. I got one more.
If you got the next one,
I got the next one.
We'll call ball game on.
All right, we'll call ball on this one, yo. How many boroughs make up Toronto?
Yo, that's a tough one. There's misconceptions here.
Oh man.
This is hard.
Ooh. Wait, do we have to give a number? There's no true or false.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. No, you're right. I didn't put it in true or false. Okay. Shoot, that makes it too easy now. Damn.
What?
Damn, that makes it.
Closest without going
Going over
over.
it.
All right, yeah. Closest
That's
without going
BB Can
over.
rules right there.
Yeah. Super fan, yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, closest.
I know already. I got my answer. So
I've
I'm
watched
not-
only tri-season.
Closest without going over, yeah. Yeah. All right. What's your answer, Ted?
What do we at?
Wait, so are you gonna write it down or are you
No,
gonna say
no,
it?
no.
No, just say it. Just-
I can't tell them.
Going
No,
over.
I
can't tell
them.
Okay, whisper it to
Okay,
him.
so you can whisper.
Yeah.
I'm listening. Okay, I'm gonna go and say 6.
I think 6 is wrong. Is
They
it?
both said 6, though.
I don't think it's right. I think it's like 7.
No, it
Can
is
we
6.
call them out?
It's 6?
Why don't we have the host call them out on air and see if you guys can get them too?
Yeah.
Call them out. Let's count
So we're
them.
naming them.
Okay,
We're naming them.
Name the
Damn.
boroughs?
You want
Yeah, name them. Name the
from west to
Toronto-
east?
Or the Canada boroughs. Where are you at?
Canada? No.
Toronto boroughs not-
She's from America. She's from America. She don't know. She don't know.
From LA.
So, okay, except for west.
Jay, you got this.
So we got Etobicoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we're talking about the boroughs of the
Anybody can
city.
name anything.
Yeah.
East York.
East York,
North York.
North York,
Toronto.
Toronto,
What?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I wasn't counting the right thing.
City of telling me.
York,
I was like
York,
Milton.
York, and
Ajax.
Scarborough.
Mississauga and those things are still.
Nah, no, you got it right now. I name it right now. I name it right now.
The reason why I know it's 6 is because like when
It's a six.
Drake started making the 6 a thing,
Yeah.
they broke it down. They're like, oh, it's because there's 6 boroughs of Toronto.
Yeah,
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
all right,
so
fine.
which one? So which one?
Yeah, so we said.
Scarborough?
Yeah, don't know.
What else?
One time.
Is the one with the M one?
The what?
The
Mississauga.
Mississauga.
Nah, that's not one. That's not one. That's not
Okay.
one. No, that's not
So
one.
what, is
So you do
Toronto
it.
one?
So Scarborough, it's
Bring up
East
the
York.
map right now.
Do we even
I'm
know?
telling
Are we
you, bro.
just
I'm
naming
telling
things?
you, man.
No.
Very good at this. Try
Yo, y'all want me to pull? All right, we'll pull it up. We'll pull it up right here. We'll pull it up right here.
got it right here.
All right, run it off. Run it.
Toronto City.
Yeah.
Etobicoke.
Yep.
North York.
Yep.
Scarborough.
Yep.
York.
Yep.
And East York.
Done. What did I say?
6.
Doesn't even make sense.
What did I say?
Yeah.
It's literally just Toronto.
I don't understand.
No question. No question.
Thank y'all for playing.
All right, thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all, thank
Nobody
y'all.
gets out of
We didn't get it
household.
right though.
Nah, y'all didn't win, but it's all good, yo.
So I want to transition.
Technically, Ty got head of household because he got the most.
Yeah.
But everybody lost enough to take some shots. I want to transition from Big Brother to like
Real life.
the real life Big Brother.
Real life Big Brother, yeah.
You know, things are
Life
going
is
on.
Big Brother.
Jesus
There are
Christ.
things going on out there, and I've pieced together some theories based on real life experience and things that I've seen on the internet.
Here we go.
So basically, I saw. I don't know if you guys saw this video, but like Las Vegas police, there was a body cam
Yes.
about seeing some shit fall from the sky.
Oh, UFO shit?
Yeah, and then the partner went to go investigate further.
Yeah.
And they went to this house where they were like, there's an 8-foot, couple 8-foot beings looking at us right now, and they walk to the backyard, and you watch the footage up until they black out the footage.
Yeah.
They're like, it's private property, so we're not.
Yeah.
I don't believe private property is the reason.
Yeah, you didn't see that?
I saw that.
It's some Roswell, like, bro,
So
this is real.
That
bro.
happened like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Right? And there's just so many other things. We saw like in Manhattan there were so many bees for some reason. We saw worms falling from the sky in Mexico.
Bro, did you see the cricket? The crickets? Yo, that's crazy. I don't know where it is. I don't know where
a bunch of fish pulling up in Texas.
Listen, it's like flags.
2 years ago?
Plagues.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Plagues.
Can I
What-
go? No, continue.
So 2 years ago, my brothers and I, we all did mushrooms. And I only tell you that story because I'm being honest with you. But we did see
We saw
some basically what would appear to somebody who's not really looking, stars in the sky.
Right.
But if you really looked, they were moving.
Okay.
I called my dad in his boxers to come to the
Would you say that?
No. We call it
Not that you're on mushrooms is not.
Yeah, exactly.
Mushrooms
Thank you. This is what I said.
Mushrooms is not the validating part. It's just me being truthful with you. I'm telling you what we were up to, why we were looking at the sky. But I called my dad and my little sister out and looked at
And Coco.
Who
Who was in LA at the time?
She was in
I was in
LA.
Los Angeles. He was in Toronto. He was in Richmond Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, buddy.
I was counting that as a borough. I thought it was.
That's hilarious.
So I'm just piecing this together because 2 years ago I saw what I saw in the sky and it looked like a star that was like very far away.
going up for like
NASA
5
even
hours.
documented it. Like it was way bigger than Earth. Now we're seeing
10,000 times.
10,000 times the size of Earth is what they're saying. Now we're seeing stuff here. This past winter was documented as the darkest winter we've ever experienced.
Right.
Tell me what we've been experiencing the past 2-3 weeks. I know there's forest fires, but there's forest fires and there's blackness in the sky.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to piece some shit together.
Wait,
You tell me
how?
what you see.
How are you piecing all that? Like, I was with you until you started putting in the forest fires.
I'll help you.
Yeah,
what do you
please,
need? What do you need?
help
What
me.
do you
Help
need?
Yeah,
Forest
please.
fires and the blackness in the sky?
Yeah, connected
Well,
with what you saw in the sky. Like, come on, tell me
they're
about it.
saying
Yeah.
that there's forest fires. And
Right.
that's the reason why there's blackness in the sky and poor air quality. And you shouldn't be outside. And it's a beautiful summer day, and it's like still kind of warm, but like it's just black.
Yeah.
Why? That's never happened before. Am I wrong?
just
We all
questions.
lived
You
here.
know the answer?
They're just questions.
Yeah, it's never happened. It's never happened here.
That's what I think is the
Yeah.
most dangerous thing ever is to experience something and look at what somebody else is telling you about what you're experiencing yourself and be like, okay, gotcha, news.
I'm just saying
That's
the news
dangerous.
won't be able to
So
explain
you're
this
never
away.
going
So
to have all
I'm
the
just
answers, but you should
curious.
definitely
Yeah.
have a lot of questions as
How
an
you guys
individual
feel.
thinker.
But Coco, you live in LA, right?
What?
You live in LA?
She lives here now.
No, I live here now.
Okay, but you lived in
I was in
LA?
LA when they experienced what they experienced, and
But
I saw
did
the
you
exact same
did
thing
you experience
in LA at the same time.
Did you experience the smoke from the forest fires in Vancouver?
No, this was years ago. What I saw was years ago.
No,
so
but this happens every year though.
Yeah, yeah,
And the
the
forest
forest
fires.
oh, you're saying
But
the
you've
forest
seen
fires
the
in
smoke,
general,
right?
yeah.
So we don't get it from this side.
You don't get it?
No, of course not. It's if you actually study like the weather and you study like how things move in the wind. It's no. It's
Are you talking about we don't get it over here?
I'm saying it's impossible for something over here scientifically to affect us that heavily.
Okay.
But like,
Way
what about?
over there.
No,
It's not
but
gonna
like,
happen
no.
that heavily.
But the ones that happen in
No,
like
I'm talking about the ones that
DC
happen in
and
the
happen
West.
in like Washington State, and then
Yes.
slow down into California.
So I said what I said.
Yeah.
California has their own forest fires that we experience.
And you see the smoke, right?
No, we see the smoke and the atmosphere change from our own forest fires.
Right, no, that's what I'm saying.
We see with our own eyes happening.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, did you see a similarity between the smoke that was here versus the one that was there? That's what I'm saying. Because I've been in Vancouver for multiple summers. You know what I mean? I used to live in Vancouver. Then there's forest fires every single year. August, September. You can't even see the mountains, the sun. Usually it's clear.
That's a great question.
You know what I'm saying? So
I think that's a wonderful question. I really thank you for asking that because actually, in the suburbs, so like what would be our Richmond Hill of Los Angeles, it's a little further out because things are more distanced in California and in Los Angeles specifically.
Yeah.
So like your Richmond Hill is like maybe 30-35 minutes from the city. Our Richmond Hill, which would be like Rancho Cucamonga, Etowanda, these places, they are like a good 45 to an hour out without traffic, right?
Right.
So we're talking about a further distance.
Right.
Right? And what I've experienced being a Los Angeles kid growing up is not just the upside of more frequent forest fires and more frequent just environmental issues that don't seem to all be man-made. Some of them are like, you're doing this just now to make it look away. It's just like so clear when you're very close to it. But what I have experienced in being in the suburbs that are kind of the same distance away but further over there is that it doesn't look that way when you're that far removed.
right.
If the forest fires are happening over there, I know, like you grow up knowing in a place that's very dry and hot and deserty, like California, you grow up knowing like how far you are from a forest fire based on the environment. So it didn't make sense to me that I not only wasn't seeing any actual visual evidence of the forest fires, by the way. To this day. The only thing I've seen looks like a video game 1999 2001 edit, and I can't be bothered because I'm not an idiot. Okay, so that's all I've seen. I'm just talking about what I've seen. I don't know. Like he said, I just got questions. I don't have a lot of information. I just got a lot of questions based on my own individual thought. And what I also know is there's no way that New York should have been and Philly should have been covered in like.
That was crazy.
My boy said you know what I'm saying? Mad Max orange skies when the culprit is here.
And we didn't get that.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that because
that doesn't make sense.
Hold on, but I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
And I also know a lot of people that study medicine and science, and I'm talking to them like, does this make sense to you? Do you know something? Like, let me know because I'm ready to be wrong. I don't want to be right. That something is amok. I want to be wrong.
No, but
but I can't prove it. I'm not
gonna say you're wrong, but like what I would take away from that is if you think of New York City in particular, they have more. Look at their population compared to Toronto. First of all, more smog than we do here. They have way more pollution than we do here. So you combine that already. You know what I'm saying? You combine the pollution, the smog in New York City versus what we have in Toronto. Of course, it's going to be worse than what it was here. And even just the natural patterns. Like, so my sister lives in Philly, and even before she's here now, but even before she came up, they were already getting warnings like, hey, the air quality is about to get worse, right? Because just the way natural patterns, weather patterns form. So it's not, to me, abnormal for them to have the orange sky and it looks like Gotham. Like, New York City is filthy. I went there. I wear contacts. The first time I went back in like 8 years.
You had dust on your eyeballs?
I couldn't see. My eyes were red. Like, I had like an allergic, like my skin started to bubble up because I'm not used to the environment. So like, it's not surprising to me that they would feel that. I'm not going to dispute that there's could be other things going on, but
it's next door, so we
it's
know.
Just like it's crazy.
Let's talk about that stuff though.
But if it's orange, orange means you're close to the flame, baby, like blue does. You're close to the burn. It doesn't mean that if it's fucking black or gray that it doesn't still affect you. But if it's orange, like that means that you're closer to where the fire is.
What do y'all think about it?
What do you mean you don't know?
Nobody knows.
I just don't know.
You guys are more than welcome to Google it. That's just average science. So like, you're more than welcome.
No, but what do you guys make of some of that stuff that I just brought up? Like I tried to connect some dots. Not all those dots deserve to be connected, but I mean, it's worth a thought.
I honestly just try not to look too deep into things, bro, because I will go on a spiral. Like I'm already like I already think too much about things.
Is that for your own mentals?
Yeah, bro, for my own mentals, bro. Like I don't know what it is, but sometimes I start thinking. If I ever think like outside of us and I start thinking of the bigger picture too much, I get super anxious. Like when I start thinking about like the universe and the fact that we're not the only things here and all that kind of stuff. It's really
exciting though.
It's exciting, but it's
exciting.
What are you excited for? What are you excited for?
There's something like that we don't know.
I'm excited to know new things that are real.
Yeah, but you're never gonna know. You're never gonna know.
You can always know more.
But how are you gonna know?
What do
Because
you mean?
because if you start thinking about it real deep, and you're just like, how do you know that anything you've ever been told is true?
But you don't. You actually don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know.
How do we I know? Okay, I'm not like a flat earther, but I'm just saying, how do you actually know that is not flat?
You're
You know
right.
what I'm
That's the
saying?
thing. There's nothing wrong.
Absolutely right.
You don't. We don't.
Oh, because I googled it and it's a sphere.
But we actually. But you're right. We actually don't know.
We actually don't know shit.
We actually don't know
You
shit.
know what? That's what makes me excited to have my own brain and look at things and be like, let's talk about it, guys. What are you saying? What are you saying?
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think?
That's why these conversations are so interesting.
That is why we're
Yeah.
here. We're not here to just like be, you know what I mean? Like just zombies going through the motions on autopilot.
Yeah.
That's not our purpose.
But we are fed a lot of information
We're fed a lot of
that
facts.
we depend on other people for our information and for our news.
Yeah.
And how do we know if any of that is correct?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I know people that depend on the news.
Yeah.
Like the news. My dad watched the news every night growing up.
Yeah.
How do we know that what they're telling us is true?
Yeah.
Like, there's been 1 million COVID deaths today.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah.
We don't.
Where are we don't? You know what I mean? How do we know?
Yeah.
Like, how do we know that's true?
Yeah.
No, the funny thing is, after that, they started pointing out that like they didn't actually know. They started fudging the numbers.
Yeah.
They would still report the numbers.
Yeah.
People would still use the numbers against
Yeah,
you, but
yeah.
they were like, we don't even know.
At the
actually.
beginning of COVID, I had actual nurses that were running head hospitals come up to me, whether their husband was driving our fucking Uber, or whether I was going in to get something done, or whether it was a friend's mother-in-law that were telling me I run this sector, and they were telling us that you report these as COVID deaths. Period.
Yeah.
Whether it's this,
Whether
and this,
it's
if it's between this date and this date and this age and this age, you report it as a COVID death. So I know for a fucking fact, not just because of that, because other things, it's a lie a lot of times. So that's why I'm saying it's individual thought. We'll never know.
Yeah.
All we can do is look at it, have conversations with like-minded individuals, and see like what is the most logical answer for me to move off of. Because even that might not be the accurate answer. It's just like the most.
We won't know 100% the truth.
We'll never know. Exactly. We'll never ever know the truth.
It just sucks to know that there's like a higher power that we'll never have access to. You know what I mean? Like the rich of the rich, the people that are at the very top of the totem pole in this world have information that we will never know. You know, like I've always said this, like there's definitely a cure for cancer. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
Like there's 100% a cure for, you don't think there's a cure for cancer?
Cure for cancer, cure for diabetes, all these things are out there, bro.
Magic just had AIDS.
Yo, he's so.
What are you talking about? Full-blown AIDS.
Come on now. Come on now.
Come on
now. Listen. Kanye said it best, right? You can live through anything if magic made it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, come on now.
Talk that, yeah.
Come on now.
Can we talk about some other basketball players?
Let's get
This shit was wild.
Let's talk about Ja.
Let's talk about Ja.
Let's do Ja first.
I was going to talk about something funnier, but like, let's talk about Ja.
We'll do Ja.
Let's talk about Ja.
Let's do the funny.
When it happened, I guess, was it a month ago?
Break down the situation, because like,
break it down.
I'm just fresh.
Oh, right, you're fresh.
You're fresh.
Oh,
yeah,
He fresh off the bin.
So he did it again. He did it again.
Listen, I've been sequestered before, bro. I know what it's like, bro. I know what it's like, man.
So basically, Ja was in his offseason. This is after he lost in the playoffs against LeBron. He's just, at this point, I saw a couple clips leading up to this. So he's just partying, having a regular off-season, or a regular Ja off-season. Lots of Casamigos, lots of walkthroughs with
42.
his homies.
42 was
Oh, 42?
Yeah.
And so we see him this one day, and he decides that he's like, it's just him and his homie in the car, and he's in the passenger seat, and they're just listening to NBA YoungBoy because that's just what he does.
The fact that it's NBA YoungBoy is
And
crazy.
he turns this way.
It's crazy.
And it was almost like Ja was like, yo, where the fuck is the gun? I gotta put this on the camera. And his boy tried to move away, but it was already too late. It already happened.
It was literally like a frame and a half.
Yeah.
It was quick.
Barely, like,
no
yeah,
reason
Boy
for that
didn't
gun to be
know
there.
it was out. Like he was literally vibing, then he looked at him, he saw it was out.
So he did that, and then immediately he apologized. Adam Silver was like, "I'm gonna make a decision after the season's done."
Because it was playoff time.
So Denver had their parade celebration yesterday.
Hilarious, by the way.
Jokic was going crazy.
Mike Malone was the star.
Michael Malone.
Why do you have a Cuban link on?
Yeah,
my guy was like, this guy was like,
the comments were killing me. They're like, whose chain is that, bro?
He turned into Michael Rappaport, bro. This guy's killing it,
so basically, we were waiting on we were waiting on the sentencing for Ja this whole time. So that we finally heard it's 25 games. We were talking about it before on the pod because some people felt like he should just be gone the whole season. He should lose this. He should lose that. To me, my biggest thing was just if you take a whole season, you're taking his career away in a way. So I think we heard 25 today. That's for sure. Yeah. I think that's fair.
I think that's fair.
I think that's fair.
You did the same thing twice.
Yeah.
Well, what I've been telling people today too is like the 20. A lot of people see it as a surface level 25, but it's a lot deeper than 25, right? Because
for sure.
Because next year it kicks in with like the postseason awards. You have to play at least 67 games. So he's automatically eradicated from that
can't
race.
Make all NBA.
He can't make all NBA, which means that he can't get a supermax contract. Which means he's gonna miss out on like $50 million.
Yep.
Because he can't get supermax now because he's not all NBA.
That's actually a great lesson.
You know what I mean? So it's not just the 25 games; it's like millions and millions of dollars.
Shout out to you knowing the details of that because I had a feeling when I found out it was 25 games today that there were bigger.
There was a reason. Think about it: 82 minus 25 is 67. He can't play. He literally can't play.
Millions of dollars and a couple other things, if not more. So it's nice that you know the actual details because I do think that's fair, honestly. And it's not because of what you did; it's what you did so close in proximity to each other. The exact same thing. I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna do it again. Right now. I'm gonna do it again right now.
Just so blatantly.
Just so blatantly. It's 57, y'all. I'm sorry, I fucked that up. 57.
50. So
he's only max. He can play 57 games.
There's a chance.
No. He can't. Yeah, you're right. The math. You can only miss 15 games.
Yeah, that's right.
To be eligible for all the postseason awards.
That's right.
And he's missing 25 right off the bat. So he can't get anything.
He's been banned from the Grizzlies stuff since.
He can't even train there at their facilities. Can't take advantage of the training staff.
NBA Players Union said it's unfair. Which I ride for. They ride for players.
You're supposed to ride for
players.
So they could. I don't know actually. Can they appeal it? I feel like they could actually.
It's the longest suspension since Good Arenas as well. Ironically.
Wow.
Hold on. What about the same thing? No, in the
locker room.
That was you owe me money.
That was weird. That was wild.
The thing that's crazy is
that was a crazy situation.
That's worse.
Miles Bridges
got less games, right?
No, he got 30. He got 30.
He got 30 games. Okay, he got 30.
His was domestic.
I feel like Adam Silver was like looking at the board of all the players that fucked up and their games. Listen, it can't be less than Meta World Peace because he literally punched a guy.
He had to do it. The only responsible thing to do.
Yes.
But
no, I was just gonna say I just hate that people are like, no, bear him under the prison. Like, yo, he didn't do it.
No. That's the thing. That's a lot of people in the comments are like, he's literally in a free carrying state. Like, technically, he's not breaking the law. No. He's not breaking the law. No. But I think what Adam Silver is saying is like, there's like a clause in your contract.
Morality clause.
If you're a Karen, you get fired for a lot less. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I think it needs to be less about how many games he should get and more about what is the totality of what those games mean because this is the first time I'm actually hearing that is from you. Is like what that actually means because now if you know the entire punishment then you can actually judge whether or not that's fair. As someone that's just sitting back and typing shit, you can actually say, okay, you're not just missing a few games. Because I think if you don't know basketball, and especially if you do know basketball and you watch it, you might not know the in and outs. Like I don't know the ins and outs, and I've been watching basketball my whole life. That also means that you don't qualify for this, and you have to settle this, and those are punishments.
He's also not getting paid for any of those games. So that's like 15 million, I think it is. It's like 15 million right there. And then the fact that he's not going to be all NBA, which he would be all NBA if he played. he would get a supermax with 250 million. Now he can't get that.
He's lucky to be walking away with
And his Nike deal not taken.
Yeah,
Oh, it's gone?
No.
It's not taken, but it's shelf. It's shelf.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna be a multi-millionaire forever. He's gonna be able to play basketball at whatever level he wants to play it, and so it's still a win, but it's just a reprimand that I think. Now that I'm hearing the full repercussions, I'm like, it feels fair.
Yeah.
But I also think it's bigger than that. And like, oftentimes we more focus on, is it fair that they would do this to a black man other than a white man? But I can't control.
I don't even think it's a black
That's
man.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen. That's a thing.
Yeah.
All I can control is like telling my black man what I think is like fair for us and like what how we should be moving and representing ourselves.
Yeah.
And if you're embarrassing me and the rest of us and making it harder, then I'm gonna have a problem with that.
Can I talk about
Maybe you
another
should get a
black?
few games.
Oh, you go first because
You know?
there's another black man.
No, I was just gonna say, like, for me, like, the biggest thing, we were messaging about this earlier, is like, I like the fact that it's 25 games and not a whole season, simply for the fact that he's young, right? And I feel like in society and in our justice system, we see this a lot with, the way they incarcerate black men. There's not a real focus on rehabilitating people and allowing them to come back to society and learn from their mistakes. It's, let's just be as harsh as we can with the punishment, and that's it. So I like that the fact that there's a chance that he can come back from this. There's some stuff that he needs to do in order to come back and play and show that he's like learned from this. And that for me is the biggest part of this, because I love watching Ja play. I don't know about you guys. He's like one of the most exciting guys.
Everybody's watching.
So like, I don't want to miss out on that. So like, I want to see him come back from this and be a better person, be more responsible. But I don't want to see his life ruined.
What do you think what do you actually think he needs? Because there's been so much speculation about, like, he doesn't have an old head in his corner, like someone to, like, really hold him down. His dad isn't doing enough. His dad isn't,
It's not on him.
But like, what does he actually need to do? Because he obviously came out of, like, the mud. Like, he came out of a.
He needs to listen.
He needs to grow up. He's got to grow up.
So does he have to change his circle? Does he have to change people around him? Does he have to?
That's one of the things. Because I feel like it depends on the person. Like for me, for example, I grew up around a lot of people who weren't doing.
Other
We're
things.
living but I didn't fall into it because, like, for me, I wanted more for myself. Joy, like, you're in a great position.
He already has more for himself.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't need to be doing this stuff. So he just needs to grow up and realize, like, yo,
It's
I
a
can't be doing
him
this
thing.
stuff.
It's not his people.
You can't blame it on not having a dad. There's so many people out there that don't have dads that are not acting the way you're acting, and they have way less than you do. Right? So it's like, it comes to a point in your life where you can't blame it on everybody else. So it comes down to you gotta
take accountability.
That's what it's ownership,
I have another black man that I wish Adam Silver could drop the hammer on right now.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, that's a pause. I've been pretty good lately. This has been there hasn't been a pause moment in a while.
There hasn't been a pause moment in a while.
Drop that hammer, bro.
Jeez.
All right, play it.
Silver Surfer, bro.
It's Paul Pierce. It's Paul Pierce.
Yo, Paul
Pierce is a wild boy.
On that.
Okay, hold on.
No, the Kevin Garnett.
So let me. I'll
got the clip.
Play that. That was crazy.
He's a wild boy.
So basically, Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett were on live together. They were basically watching the NBA Finals. It was a live broadcast. The whole idea is you're watching the truth and what do you call it? The other guy?
The truth and
Truth and Ticket.
Truth and Ticket.
You're watching these guys. They're supposed to talk shit. They're OGs. They've been here before. You're supposed to enjoy this shit from a basketball perspective. This was something else fighting basketball. So here's a couple clips.
It was hilarious.
Oh no, I was doing it again.
This boy was lit.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna have to find elsewhere.
Now we know why he's not on ESPN anymore,
yes.
bro. This
Can
man
we
was
just say Paul Pierce? One thing I will say about him that's positive.
Please tell me because he's your LA. He's an LA.
He's a Celtic, so for me, like being from Los Angeles, like he is like
Big ops.
He's the ops.
and like in a way that's serious. He's like the head of the ops. Don't fuck with him.
But he's from LA, no?
Did you play for LA? No, not for me. So anyway, he's ops, but
Didn't he like shoot himself?
That's a whole other thing.
No, he did. No, he didn't.
No, he did.
He got stabbed. He got stabbed like 9 times, though, didn't he?
my point
On the basketball. basketball court when he had the wheelchair. And he got,
that.
Oh, that's what she means.
I thought he said shoot himself.
No.
That's what I said. Shoot. Yeah,
Burris shot himself.
No, but he did get stabbed. Yeah, he got stabbed like multiple times. Yeah, 15 times.
Paul Pierce is a wild boy though. But basically,
his voice is like that. He got stabbed in the neck.
Yeah, but he was going off on this live stream, bro. Like they basically like.
I couldn't believe it.
He needs therapy.
Oh, I think he's got it now. But it was hilarious, man.
I just watched it the other day. It was crazy.
It was a funny. Have you seen it? Oh man,
I've never seen a situation where Kevin Garnett had to be such a mediator.
Kevin Garnett's a solid one in the group.
Yes, and he's the one being like, yo, chill the fuck up, bro.
Yeah.
Like he's the one saying that.
No,
anything possible. Like that guy.
All right, listen to this.
There we
Paul
go.
Pierce showed up just completely gone. As you can see, at one point he just whipped out a gigantic cigar and he's like, I need a lighter. And this is how it went when they threw him a lighter.
Who think you talking to? Hey, my boy, don't make me smack you.
Relax, man. Relax, man. Relax, man. Relax.
I'm saying though, who throwing that?
I've been that guy before where like you're just like, yo.
Yeah, chill out.
That relaxes a lot of things. That relaxes a lot of things. Scaring the women. Yeah. Been around those guys.
Okay, from here. Relax. All right. Watch the game, Lord. Get on the game. Get on the game.
And he had this girl sitting next to him, which
He brought an escort.
This is my girlfriend for the day. They got a website for our girlfriends for the day.
Stop, man.
Embarrassing second.
The man says stop, and he's pointing. When a man's not looking at you, he's pointing.
But he's pointing somewhere else.
He's like, yo, just pay attention. Listen to him. Just pay attention, man. Just look this way, man. Stop.
Oh my God. Make it like.
I went on the website and I hired a girl.
Look right here.
On the website.
And it keeps going.
I've done that before.
You never heard this? Oh, let's go.
Look, Collins. There go Collins. Look at D-Wade at the game.
He's trying to
D-Wade at the game. On the one.
You start that website.
That's a live stream.
He's telling him to put his website in while we got the score of the game. The game just started.
It's a lot play.
It's a lot play. Look at this play right here, man.
We're live. We're streaming. Whatever you're saying, they can hear you. Shout out to everybody who's joining from the.
We're live, by the way.
So stop saying wild shit. Anyway, it just goes on and it goes on and it goes on to the point where like eventually he looks at he gets to see I guess somebody shows him a phone where it's like a live.
They show
live broadcast on the phone.
He's like,
and Paul Pierce takes his glasses off. He's like, oh, we're live. Oh, we live. We live.
Yo,
no, that was actually
hilarious. I've been saying 30 times.
Yeah,
live. Chill.
He's like, yeah, I don't care.
Chill.
I feel like we've all been in that situation where like you're trying to be cool, like you don't want to be like that stickler, but you're also like, yo, chill, actually chill the fuck out.
But when you're live, it's like more than just like not being the guy. It's like this is my whole brand and reputation right now, and if I have to leave you behind and cross my legs to the side,
like Ty, do you look at this as like an example for you to like say, okay, media training is a real thing? Yeah, it is. I know Jed be working at ET, so he's good. But like,
he's a cute.
He knows what not to say.
I feel like, listen, man, you're a legend. You can't be acting like that. Like you're acting like a kid.
Well, maybe you look at it from his perspective. When you are a kid turned legend. You're like, but I can do whatever I want.
No, man.
He's a kid.
Sure,
he's a kid legend.
You look at him you look at him like he's a 45-year-old man. Yeah. He's actually a 25-year-old boy.
That's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing.
It is.
Not even for people. For you should be embarrassed that that's how you look to the public and like you're Paul Pierce.
And
then acting that way. No.
That's what
this is not the first time. This is not the first time.
No, it's not. This is the second time.
It's not even the second.
The first time got him fired from ESPN.
That's crazy.
The first time got him fired from ESPN.
He had the.
You talking about the stripper one? That
the
was
one
the
with the
third
stripper.
time. The stripper was the third time.
Oh, I didn't know there was more.
There was a time before that got him
working women.
in some
essential workers. There's 2 Chainz.
And he had lots of essential workers around him too.
2 Chainz called them essential workers.
I saw a lot of comments that were saying like a lot of comments were actually on his side, being like honestly like this guy deserves it, like this life. Like he worked hard. He worked hard to enjoy this part of his life. Like let him live.
I understand it, but
I get it. Yeah, like seriously, I get it.
He paid for service.
They show up.
Yeah.
They showed up.
Yeah.
So I mean, we see.
But you cannot highlight being a fucking idiot.
No, I'm not supporting that at all.
And you showed up and you got paid, but you look like an idiot. You weren't prepared for what you were getting paid for.
No, he looks stupid.
I'm never gonna say that that's a good idea, especially as a black man. I'm gonna be like, no, because I don't want other black boys to look at that and be like, yeah, I can just show up if I'm good enough at one skill. I can just show up anywhere and look like a fucking buffoon to
he
me
looks
and
stupid.
my family and my people.
Yeah, no, definitely.
He looks stupid.
Definitely don't support it. Definitely don't.
So,
long story short, he needs to tighten up.
That's it. He needs to tighten up.
Did you guys see all that Conor McGregor stuff?
Ooh,
I want to talk about that.
That's kind of what I'll say. I heard and saw is that he punched the shit out of the Miami Heat.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, so you're talking about the new shit?
Yeah, new shit. I'm talking about the new stuff.
This is new.
I'm talking about the new stuff.
This happened like this just came out like today, I think.
Yeah, came out like within the last 3 days. I'd say.
Yeah, I saw he was accused of rape, and I'm not sure. And it was while he was
during a finals game.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's definitely I've seen like so many videos like because there's a video of like what happened right before. And it kind of breaks down the statement versus what is in the video. So basically, the woman had said that Connor forcefully pulled her into the bathroom, and the security like blocked off her friend.
Miami security.
Yeah, Miami security, Heat security. Wow. And like his security, and then like cut off her friend and just made it so it was them two in the bathroom. But yeah, it's kind of crazy though, because like you see the video, and basically they're holding hands, and she's like following him into the bathroom. And then the friend is right behind her, and then the security does step in front of the friend, and then the girl follows him into the bathroom. I mean, I wouldn't say it was forcefully, but like the security did cut off the other friend. Yeah. And I don't know if you see the girls themselves like just don't look like girls that you would think that Conor McGregor would be getting with. To be honest, I also thought he was married.
He is. To be fair, a lot of these guys have like contracts with the
that's
they
true.
can do whatever they want. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There was a girl I was talking to that LeBron James was trying to holler at, and
I heard that too.
Whoa,
which is crazy.
So like that doesn't even mean nothing. Like if you're at that level of whatever sport you're in, like, these guys, like you said, they operate on a different time.
And also let me say, if she walked into that bathroom willingly with him, that does not mean he did not break
no. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
It doesn't matter.
Absolutely not. The only thing that was being I know, I'm definitely not saying that. The only thing that was being debunked was the force me into the bathroom. Because in the video, she's just holding his hand, following him into the bathroom.
But everything that sound on the video?
Yeah.
And what are they saying? What is the conversation saying?
There's no conversation. It's a huge crowd. There's a huge crowd, and it's Connor, and he's talking shit to like a bunch of guys in this crowd, and he's holding the girl's hand, following behind him, and then he was just like, I think some people were talking shit to him, so he was just like chirping back at them, and then he's like, kind of like, come on, baby, kind of thing, holding her hand, and then she follows him into the bathroom. The security blocks everyone off, they close the door, and that's it. So anything after that, he could have forcefully.
So let me say this: in a rush situation where you've had cocktails and you're in the middle of a crowd, and some affluent man that is of stature is like, "Let's go."
He's 5
and there's all
he's
this
5'4".
action happening over here.
He's 5'4".
Is he actually?
No, he is.
But we're not talking about. We're not talking about
not physical stature. I know what you mean. I know.
In 5'9" to fucking 6'4". We're talking about
status.
Spirit.
Like spirit.
It has nothing to do with it. There's a lot of short niggas. All the short niggas in the industry that have the most money when you're talking about music or whatever the fuck, they're tiny.
Yeah.
Damn.
But it doesn't matter. Their statue is big because the niggas around them will let them do anything. They'll support that.
Right.
So that's what it's about when I say big statue. You feel me?
Right.
And so that's what I'm saying. If that all of that's happening and you're walking in a bathroom and there's all this commotion, like it might feel forced.
Anything
could happen, man.
Fair enough. I'm just saying that like I think that his legal party will take that video
100%.
and eat her alive.
For sure they will.
Because she was willingly following him.
100%.
So that's all I'm
what
saying.
else they'll eat up? You know what her side will eat up? The fact that the security stepped in the middle between her and her homegirl.
Just eat up like 5
minutes. No, exactly. I was gonna say. Yeah, 100%.
But this is also the problem too. Is like I've known women who have been in that situation, and this is the problem. And like I feel like because of that situation where they say, oh well, she went with him willingly, like We don't know that. You know what I mean? It's just all sorts of things that play into what could have happened in that situation. So we don't know any of that conversation.
I'm just saying, as a woman that has been in situations, as a strong woman that has been in situations, and I've still been played where I was like, how did I get here?
Right.
I'm just saying, you really don't know.
Yeah.
But also, as someone that has a brother and has brother-in-laws and has a father and has friends, some of which have been falsely accused. Yeah. I'm sensitive to that too, especially as a black man. I'm looking at you like, bitch, are you sure?
100%.
But I'm also looking at him like, nigga, are you sure? I'm looking at both of them equally, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. But all I'm saying is, don't debunk. It looks like she walked. That is such a fucking lie and a facade every time, because a lot of times the harassment and the coercion happens far before that. The rape happened before that, even before whatever you saw, it was happening already.
Right.
You heard?
Right.
It already happened.
Which is fair. I'm just saying that from a legal standpoint, all you can take is the video, and whatever happened before was not on video. All that's shown in the video is them walking to the bathroom. So her accusations, I literally watched a video today that was literally breaking down every line of her accusation versus the video, and she was like, I was physically forced into the bathroom, and then you watch the video and it shows the exact clip and she's just waltzing behind him. So all I'm saying is, like, I don't know what everything was leading up to that. I'm just saying, legally, you know, my mom's a lawyer, that is what they're gonna jump on right there.
But
like,
also just,
that's it. I'm not saying that she didn't get mentally raped before.
Just factually, it doesn't look like you were forced into
Right, but she could have been literally brainwashed an hour earlier.
Well, she could also twist it to say, like, I was forced into a stall, like, in the bathroom. It's such a broad term.
Forced when she's in
there, like, I was forced into a stall.
That's true.
She was already in
That's true.
because that's what happens when you're in trauma.
Right.
Some of the details get a little flubbed, and nobody talks about that anymore.
Right, because there's not going to be a video in the bathroom.
Of course
So that's the problem.
But also, like, you know, video is not the same thing as a psychologist getting up and saying, this is what happens when you're in trauma.
Right.
Some of these details might get flubbed and blah, blah, blah. That's not going to hold the same weight as somebody that can see something, and someone that speaks well to it can be like, this is blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So we really don't know. My hope is that her and any other woman or person that is being sexually assaulted does not add these extras to the story. Because if none of the truth was true, until she got into the bathroom and then shit went left. You could have just said that.
You could have,
right? And I don't know.
But we don't know.
You could have just said that.
And that's the thing, we don't know.
Because nobody believes you when you've been sexually assaulted, you feel like you have to add on to the extras, like I was forced into the bathroom.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate because, like, everyone's first response is to victim blame.
Yes.
And it's like, you can see it in the comment. As soon as it came out on Bleacher Report the other day, it was like Conor McGregor accused of rape. Every single comment was, oh, she's just trying to get a bag. Right away. Every single comment.
That's a horrible thing about
every
society.
single comment.
That's a horrible thing.
So it's like you instantly jump to the victim, right? And that's why so many people stay sheltered and hidden. And that's why you have so many Me Too cases, because people are scared to come out. That's why you have someone from 1969 accusing Bill Cosby of rape now.
Yes, exactly.
You know? That's 50 some years ago.
It's
but
crazy.
they didn't feel comfortable coming out because how can you come out against Bill Cosby?
How can you? Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's very tough, man.
It doesn't help Conor McGregor that he knocked out the.
And I'll put the mascot right before that.
The Bill Cosby.
Speaking of LeBron, to someone else's earlier point, get on your LeBron shit, because all we know is what Ty and Homeboy said. We don't know for sure. There's no video. We can't prove it, baby. We can't prove it. So, Connor, you need to get on your fucking
you need to be super tight with your team.
Don't force.
Be super tight.
Get your NDAs.
Yep.
Okay? Get your
That's what people were saying in the video. They're like, Conor McGregor is a multi-millionaire. Surely you can pay for like a $5,000 escort.
Damn.
Like that's literally paid to do this, and you know. Not like a Reggie Deggy from the 300 section.
Don't say Reggie Deggy.
You're as rich as Connor.
You know what I mean?
You're as rich as LeBron. And you're as rich as Paul Pierce. There's no fucking reason we should ever see your mess.
Exactly.
No, we should never.
That's a fact.
Don't be Zion out here. Don't be Zion Williams.
That's why I think LeBron's the GOAT, because this guy has never had any controversy in his whole life.
Super tight.
I'm like,
his super tight.
it's crazy how tight his stuff is, bro. LeBron has been doing doing a good job.
I want to switch gears to a bunch of things that people are saying that are not manly.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Not manly. Okay.
Yeah, there's a list. There's just one guy on Twitter actually who's been adding to this very long list. He's been adding to this list as it like he'll find a tweet and then he'll literally record him going to his notes and adding to this very long list that he's been creating.
Thank you.
It's hilarious.
So it starts with, like, I'm going to read a bunch of the things that
I want to get your perspective on this, Ty, because we were talking about this a little bit earlier.
So his list goes: eat bananas, eat popsicles, eat lollipops, eat kale, eat salads.
Wait, what's up with kale?
Eat kale. Do yoga. This is all based
I do yoga. I do yoga regularly.
This is based on women on
Because you're not a
Twitter.
man, yo.
This is what women say. This is women?
This is what women say.
Twitter.
Oh my. Oh, okay. That's wild.
Do intricate dances with women.
So no salsa and Sinclair. All right.
Do intricate dances with other men.
I don't know where on the list this is, but cheating's on there.
Yeah, well, here we go. We're gonna keep going. Dance generally. Have female friends that are not interested in having sex with you.
Wow.
Spend time with said female friends. Go to brunch. This is a good one because I think we need to brunch more. As
I want to brunch. Man, can we go to brunch? Can we go to brunch?
There's never a mandem brunch thing. It's always like, the girls are gonna pull up. No, we should go to
bottomless mimosas.
I want bottomless mimosas. Can I get that?
I had bottomless mimosas in Chicago with just me and the homies one time.
Come on now.
Beautiful.
Let's do that.
She was lovely.
We're gonna brunch. We're gonna brunch. I want to brunch.
Have too many female friends. Have too many male friends. Go to a movie, maybe with a male or a friend or two.
Wow.
In general.
Wow.
Yeah. Go on a.
I go to movies alone. I just went to one the other day.
You gotta pick a bunch of them. Which one stand out the most? Let's talk about.
What's stand out the most?
Which one stand out the most to you?
Cry.
Yeah, I was waiting for cry.
Yeah, you gotta cry. Yeah, you gotta. It's a real human emotion. Period.
Yeah, yo.
Not cry is also on here.
Hold on. So you can't. What?
You got cry or you can't not cry.
There's no winning on this list, man.
Blow on hot foods or liquids.
Someone just was on butt in my mouth. Eats. Doc, what?
Why is run for the bus on here?
I
actually don't run for the bus either. I'm not running. I'm gonna catch the next one still.
If you're getting on the bus and you run for it, no.
No, I'm
It's a double strike.
Yeah. Wow.
Yo, here's one.
Why? Hold on. Why?
Because you're not on. If you're getting on the bus and you're running for it, you're getting on the bus because you have no option. You're not getting on the bus.
And then you're running because you really have no option.
You know what I mean? Like you have no option, and then also you're running for it. You have no sauce.
Yeah. You can't swag and run.
You can't swag and run.
You can't swag.
You can't. Like why are you running? Like what?
There's no swag when you're running for a bus. Your backpack is flopping around. And you're like, it's going off your back.
These attempts, are you dumb? That's great.
And then you miss it anyway.
Yeah, I know. The worst is when you miss it.
Yo, I have a cousin that used to drive the bus. He used to wait for those guys. He used to tell me, he's like, yo, I wait to see them run, and then close the door and wave at them.
That's a bully.
He's a
that's a power trip.
Apparently, also you can't be excited to see your boys. So if Ty's seeing Jed and being excited,
you
fucked up. You fucked up.
Yeah, there's people that are crazy.
Who made these rolls, little girl?
Text with emojis.
No emoji, straight period.
No. I need to explain. Exclamation points, emojis. I need you to know how I feel.
There needs to be some tone behind it.
Yeah. Don't let. All right, bet. Straight bets.
Everything. Shit. That's how I text though.
Okay, I want to hear your guys' biggest red flags in women.
Ooh. Biggest red flags in women.
And also, I before we start, I want to hear is any of the panel in a relationship?
They're all single.
Two of them are married.
I'm married.
You're both married?
Yeah,
that's my wife right here.
Okay,
we didn't get
I really don't know anyone. I just walked in here. I don't know anybody here.
I just walked in. I love it.
Okay. Biggest relationship red flags.
So he's not going to say anything.
Oh, I got it.
Biggest relationship red flags.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to.
I'm also in a relationship, so this guy is the only one single up here. All right. Okay. Just wanted to.
We're not in a relationship.
Okay, see, that's what I was trying to transition.
Showman.
Just called that showman.
I was I was gonna transition into this.
It makes me look like a bad guy because like I'm gonna have to figure out what to say now.
No, you don't.
No.
I don't think so. I think okay. Well,
We're in the real world. We're in the real world.
Well, it's a valid question. You went to go visit her just now.
I did.
Yeah.
Listen, I told you.
Yeah.
And I explained to you.
I did. I only asked this question to transition into this topic, by the way.
That was great.
I don't give a fuck about red flag.
It's like, do you podcast? Do you podcast?
Like we were talking about.
Yeah.
Feelings develop very quickly in the house.
Correct.
I also know that we're in a whole different province.
Yeah.
When you're in the real world, like we're very different people. So we're just saying like there's no pressure. Whatever happens outside. Like, we're not closed off to it, but we're also not like pressuring each other to be like it has to work.
Yeah.
I'm telling her, I'm like, listen, man. Either way this goes, if you end up together, people are gonna bash you for saying, how are you staying with this misogynistic, abusive guy? If you break up,
are people saying this about you?
I can't believe that's what online is. I didn't see that. I guess I haven't looked online.
Because you're light skinned, man.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But I think you should speak to that too. Yeah, you should. Just to like how did it get portrayed like that?
Yeah, I mean we were talking about earlier, just like
Sorry, I missed that part.
No, 100%.
No, it was off camera.
Yeah, show up next.
So we're just talking about like obviously everybody in the house has moments where they're frustrated. I'm already very like nonchalant, like very cold.
Yeah.
Not because I don't feel things, just because that's just how I've been growing up. I can't show my emotions like growing up the way I did, because that's weak. Kind of going back to the issue.
Right. Yeah.
So like it's just like
can't cry.
Like it's just bred into me to not show emotions, but like I do feel a lot, and like I think that's why people in the end of the show ended up voting for me, because they got to experience the real me. Like I had moments like where I was crying with Kuzi, I was crying with Zachlev. During the Wendy's rewards points thing, I was giving fucking things away to people. They saw the real me. But I think that the way the show showed me, it was just only my worst moments when I'm frustrated and I'm like talking very directly to somebody. So it makes me seem like I don't care. I'm talking down to people. But everybody in there experienced the real me at some point, and I think that's what resonated with them and why they were able to give me their vote in the end. Even Shanae was about to vote for me. It was almost a sweep. And you're saying Shanae is the most loyal person. Like she was a very girl's girl. And
the only reason. It was loyalty that she was like, I can't, otherwise it would have been a sweep. And I said, you can't convince me this guy's a bad guy.
That's what I'm saying.
When people that tried to vote him out every fucking week said, I still vote for him. I'm a homegirl that I have no issue with.
That's what I'm saying. So
some people were on her team from go and was like, Renee voted for this man who tried to get her out like 7 times.
That's my best thing, right?
Which is crazy.
It's crazy.
It's a fact.
So like I get it, and like I said, I'm not mad at production. They have to make an entertaining show, and in order for it to be entertaining, you have to draw emotions out of people. I give
you
them
have to have a villain. You have to have
and I gave them everything to be able to draw emotions. Like I'm a villain, I'm the bad guy, cool. So I'm not mad at it, but yeah, like the real me is what I want people to see, and I'm working on some content so that people can get an insight on who I am. So that's what matters to me. But yeah, in terms of me and CC, like we just have no pressure. It's like whatever happens. We know that either which way it goes, there are gonna be opinions.
You like
we don't care.
What I will say about that is like, okay, like whatever happens. Nothing will happen unless there's some kind of like intention. You know what I mean?
Try to make it happen.
So it's like for me, for example, I'm in a relationship. My girlfriend lives in Vancouver. We've been doing long distance for a year. Like we met long distance. We've been dating for a whole year. I had to like make moves to make that happen. Like if I would have sat on my ass and been like, whatever happens, and I didn't fly there 12 times in the last year.
Those relationships.
I never would have worked.
It's not gonna work.
So if whatever happens, if you're going back out to lobster shucking, then it might work out. If you just sit up there and
that's what's gonna happen.
And she's not coming here.
Nothing's gonna happen. This is what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
I can't get too much into details, but what I'll say is that I am not like when I say whatever happens, it's not like I'm waiting for something to come to me. I'm not waiting for her to come to me.
Right.
She knows that I'm more than what she knows what I want. But it's up to her to see if that's what she wants to.
So what is it that you want?
Wait a minute.
What do you want? Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Come on now. What do you want?
We're not getting into that.
Yeah, tell her.
If it ain't Cece, you got Minnie.
So I'll save you and go back to what the original question was. So we'll start with you because you started opening up. What is a relationship red flag?
A red flag for me would be somebody who is afraid to talk about their past. I think like you have some skeletons in the closet that you're not talking about. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't even care how bad your past is. If you're okay talking about it, at least I can trust you. Like trust is a huge thing.
Yeah.
But if you're not even able to talk about that stuff, that's a
Feels like
problem.
you-
Past, are you talking about past relationships?
Doesn't matter what it is.
Past,
Just your
who
past
were
in
you?
general. Like, who are you?
Okay.
Yo, what's going on?
But do you want to know about your partner's past relationships?
It's not something
no?
that I'm gonna like. It's not a make or break thing.
I think it's if you're cowering from.
Yeah, like if
addressing-
you can't, you can't say like,
Okay.
this is me, accept me for who I am,
Yeah.
and give me that option to no,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Let me give you a counter to that, because I feel like this could go one or two ways, and this is kind of a red flag for me. So, if they too much stuck on the past, so if you can't get past your past relationships.
all we're talking about.
That's all you're talking about, and the comparisons between either
He never did this.
he never did this,
did that,
or
and
he did this and you don't do that. Like it could be, it could be both ways.
You know, if a girl ever told me that he did this and you're not doing that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I've never felt that in my life.
Yeah.
But that shit
I've
is
never
fucked.
said that.
Yeah.
Make sure
I don't
that's
know. I think that's
soul
over.
crusher.
I think it's over after that.
Yeah.
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 My ex was doing this and you're not doing that, and I broke up with him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
To me,
That's
you can't tell me
crazy.
nothing
That's
else.
over.
No,
You
that's
couldn't
crazy.
say
It's
anything
done.
else to me past. My ex did this and you don't. I'd be like,
Yeah,
It's like,
that's
oh, really?
off.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
done.
here's
Yeah.
white sound and we're not together.
Yeah, that's not.
One's more serious than the other.
Yeah.
When the girl has no swag, like you get dressed up to go out, and now you're standing beside her, and you're just like,
Oh, that's as far as it goes.
Yo, you should face this to be on camera. That's
you can't say anything.
This guy's just sad.
Hold on. Why is your girl wearing Jordans in general?
This guy's just sad.
Why is your girl still wearing Jordans?
Depends where you're going, though.
No, but it doesn't matter where you're
Depends where you're
going.
going.
It does.
It doesn't. When you're past high school, you're not wearing. If your girl's wearing Jordans, it's a problem.
Hold on, no. Whoa.
not in high
Depends on the
school
setting.
anymore.
Depends on the setting, bro. It
If your
depends on the
girl's
setting.
wearing Jordans like it's like an everyday fit, it's a problem. If your girl has a couple Jordans
Then
in
you're
her
dating
closet,
her.
she's a
That's
saucy
I'm
bitch.
saying if you're
What Jordans you wearing?
Style.
Yeah.
What Jordans
He
is
said T Jordans. T Jordans.
no, Jordan.
Oh, I was like, Jersey, I don't know.
If she's wearing some like bread ones, if she's wearing some like bread,
Yeah.
some ones,
Ones are just
those are tough.
like dunks.
If
Everybody
she's out here like, if she's out here like,
She's wearing 26ers or something.
yeah, no.
I don't know.
No, that's disgusting.
If she's in like yellow fours,
It's like, come on now.
No, you gotta go.
No, she's talking to me about the drops. That's the problem.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
what's
that's
wrong.
right.
You
That's
don't
right.
see her?
I don't. No, I
That's
don't want her
true.
to be like, yo, these are the infrareds that I got with
He doesn't want a boy?
That's honestly, that's like
that's what I wanted to say.
That's dating a
I bet
teenage
you one
boy.
that's a little bit more serious is
Yeah.
when a girl tries to tell you what a man is.
Oh.
Oh, you're not. You're just not a man. Oh, you know.
Shit, yeah,
Oh.
You're
that's
just
right.
not a. You're not a man.
You're not a real
You know,
man.
real men do
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Okay, woman, why don't you?
Okay, woman.
fair.
But also, I feel like those women are always saying things that are not healthy.
Yes.
to
Yeah,
men.
that's
They're
the thing.
saying
Also,
like
none of those women can cook too. So
masculinity
Word.
trait. They're like, you're
Word.
not a man because
Yo, that's
you don't
That's
snatch me up and
Hold on. We gotta come to this. We gotta come to
I
this.
just
Come to
said
this. Come to this.
also none of those women can cook too.
Pause for a second.
Ooh.
Do real men cook or no?
Do real men cook?
Does that make someone masculine or not?
I think that has nothing to do with
Waivers.
whether or not you're masculine.
No, I don't.
Does that matter to you?
I think you being able to
doesn't take
cook as a man has nothing to do with you being masculine, the same way that you being able to cook as a woman has nothing to do with you being feminine.
Yeah, and that's why I say that to the women that challenge your masculinity.
We're talking about
Yeah.
And I'm like,
traditional
well, you can't
roles.
That's the
cook
thing.
Perhaps,
'Cause that-
and that's
the
important to
topic
some
going on.
people, right?
Yeah. What?
This guy's on the dock. He's getting ready.
But to your point though, I don't think it's either masculine or feminine, but I think it's important life skill to have. Like to me, that's a red flag. Like if you can't cook,
You're not an adult.
what are you
That's
doing?
what it is.
Yeah, how do you survive? Like
The
how do you
same
survive?
thing is like if you got into a certain age and I'm trying to date you and I'm at a certain place at this age as well, and there are certain skills you don't have.
Yeah.
And that I'm looking for, it's one of those things. I don't think it's something specific that I'm like, if you can't cook, because I'm already gonna smash the kitchen, so I'm not worried about it. But there are other, it's a life skill that it's like, if you don't have a lot of these life skills, that's a red flag.
Like, what are we
You
doing
have none of the
here?
life skills. I'm like, perhaps your life skills will align with my life skills, right?
So
And they
you
will
gotta come with
complement each
something.
other, and we'll be able to make that rock because nobody's ever gonna be nobody.
Yeah,
I don't
no
care
one's-
if that's
yeah.
your soulmate or not. It's just not gonna happen that way. Nobody's 100% anything.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. I don't think it's a masculine or feminine thing. I think traditionally it's a more feminine thing, but I think that's ridiculous. Because you know who taught me how to cook? The men in my family, not the women.
Damn, Malik, you was right. Eat soup is on this list.
Told you. Keep scrolling.
Hold on, what else we got?
Yeah, some woman's like, how you gonna, as a man,
But wait,
eat a
but wait,
liquid
but
without
wait.
a tiny
End off with
spoon?
that.
But there's people who like we should name some red flags. I think
You got some red flags over there, Jed?
red flags. What are the red
Oh,
flags?
my red flag. Man, mine might have changed over the years drastically, but I think, yeah, I don't know. I just think like my
Your old red flags are like green. Because like daddy issues. Yeah.
No, my old red flag used to be like, you know, like doesn't like fitness or like doesn't like sports.
Yeah, that used to be.
You know what I mean? Like very, very like surface level kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But now it's like doesn't have emotional intelligence. Like, you know, like that's like my biggest red flag. Like, and now since being with my girl, she's like the most healed, emotionally intelligent woman I've ever been with, and she just like she doesn't allow me to fall back into my old ways of like trying to avoid conflict and like not communicate and try to play games. Like she'll call me out of my shit. Like shit. Like in the past, I used to just be like, you know, if I was fighting with a girl, I would just, all right, ghost. Like I'm off it. You know what I mean? Like I'm better than you. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to address this. You need to come to me and fix this. Now it's like I'm out here on the doorstep. Like every time, like I'm the one that's gonna message first. I'm gonna swallow my pride. I put my ego to the side now because like she has kind of opened up that space of being very communicative, and my communication is on like another level right now. So now if I were to like growth. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's growth. I love it. I love it. Honestly, I love it. Communication, like if you really want something to work, you need to communicate.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So interesting that you mentioned ego, because ego has no place in not only communication, but it certainly has no place in emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
You will never have a space there.
Yeah.
It's conflicting ideologies that will forever not blend.
Right.
And so like you cannot have one without the other.
Right.
So that's I feel like that's so emotionally mature.
It is. You know, I'm getting there.
Big up.
Boys, I've changed.
Big up.
I've changed a lot. Honestly, yeah.
To add to that, I just think that it takes like a certain person who has that level, like you said, that level of an emotional intelligence. Because like you can be as emotionally intelligent or mature as you want, but if you're talking to someone who's immature in that sense and like like
you fall back into
your shit.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I'm gonna be cool with you. I'm not gonna address stuff, but you have someone who's like can make you feel safe, being comfortable or vulnerable.
Yeah. You're gonna try it out.
Let me see what's going on here. So it goes both ways.
It does.
It has to be on both sides. You can't
Because you can't be taking things personal that are not personal. So if someone else is not at their place and they respond away, it's not personal.
No.
Exactly.
That emotional intelligence to be like, this has nothing to do with me.
And you gotta be self-aware.
That's it.
Respond accordingly out of love and be like, that's not it.
Yeah, you gotta be
It's
self-aware.
so easy to shut down, and like, and now I hear just about my boys that are like dating and stuff like that, and they're like, oh, like she didn't hit me for 2 days, so I'm not gonna hit her for 2 days. And I'm like, come on, I hate that. I hate that. No, you know what I mean? I just hate that so much. I hate that. So I'm just like, I could never fall back into that, man. Like, I just want someone that's straight up. Tell me how you feel. I'll tell you how I feel. If we don't fuck with each other anymore, we're off it. If we do, if we want to make this work, we're gonna make it work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just the shit I'm on right now. I just hate the games. Like, I know mans that are like 35 years old still playing these games.
How?
I'm like,
It's like, how?
You know what I mean? I'm like, come on, brother. Like, yo, like Al Pacino just had a kid at 83, so I guess you have all the time in the world. But
yeah, if you want to have a kid, but like, if you want a meaningful relationship, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I saw some good ones on here. 2 good ones I'm just gonna say that are hilarious.
Let's go.
This man's still scrolling the list.
I know, but this is long.
I'm having an introspective talk over here, and he's over here like, good soup.
My man's
balance. From what I hear, taking selfies is definitely a no. Honestly, I agree.
No, that's I agree.
I agree.
I take baby selfies. I take so many selfies.
I see that.
I took a selfie today.
I'm like, yo, I see you don't take selfies. As a man, I mean, maybe with like somebody and you have no other person and you're in a bind, it's like, this guy. Look at us dummies. Look at us dummies all
But yo, how do you know the angles, bro? I feel like as a man, I don't know the angles, bro.
It's gonna take selfies if you think that somebody's taking the picture.
True. Even if the next man, you're already losing.
True.
That's right.
He's like, that's right.
The other one is look for your glasses / have a desire to see.
Okay, well that's me. That's me. I can't see shit.
Yeah, I just like can't see.
Bro, all right, so I'm just gonna walk around the world struggling.
That's me.
Look at me. I can't see it. I'm wearing
Y'all
contacts.
don't know what I don't see. I can't see shit.
You don't know what I can't see. You're right.
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to see Daredevil out here, just walking around, just
You
like.
guys want to hear a deal breaker for me?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
This is a deal breaker. If you have a straw in your glass
Yeah.
and you're trying to
Oh no!
You're trying to
Can you find a straw?
There's no way.
Can I find a straw?
grab your straw.
Yeah, that's
Direct it. Are you doing all this?
That's funny.
Trying to get to the straw? No, thank you,
I'm
sir.
Jamaican. We don't use straws. I'm not gonna use straw, man.
It's
Fire.
giving me
Fire.
Fire. It's giving me fire.
Fire.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
You know what?
Yeah. Before we go, first off, I'm gonna say I think this is the longest podcast we've ever had.
It's hilarious. Appreciate y'all. Oh man,
we talked about you were talking about like potentially some other shows that you might be interested in exploring. So you're open to 100%. Other reality shows.
Yeah.
I before you even said that, I was like, Ty came in with like a game. Like I feel like this guy went to like training camp before he went to the show.
Yeah.
He's ready. Big Brother. I'm not sure if he's trying to go to like Love Island or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I want to see that like Perfect Match or something.
You
know, like
no dating.
But
show.
you mentioned a couple that made sense to me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I can see it where it's more game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, some like The Circle.
Yeah.
Oh, The Circle. Yeah. You can on The Circle. You can on The Circle.
Yeah.
The Challenge
You would
too.
kill
The challenge. The challenge.
Those are the ones, the
Yeah.
Amazing Race, something like that. We should do the Amazing Race.
Yo, you guys should do that, yo. Run that. Crazy. Yeah. Run that.
Team Lights Skin, you know this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That would actually be crazy.
The first part of the campaign is happening right here.
Yeah. That's it.
Are you good with directions though? Because I'm not.
I'll figure it out.
Okay.
I always figure it out, as you can see.
I'm on that GPS like all the time.
Oh, bro? Damn, son.
Jed, would you do another show?
I mean, I think it's easy to say that I would definitely do another show. It's just tough sometimes, you know, like especially like with the challenge and like, you know, like those I feel like those are so political, those shows.
Yeah.
Where it's like so many returnees and like so many people are like, oh, I know this person who knows this person, I'm on the show. Like people that shouldn't be on that show have been on that show.
Just find Francesca. Just find Francesca.
Yeah.
Francesca has no business being on all the shows she's on. She's on every show.
Yeah. She's been on 8 reality dating shows.
You've been on not only Big Brother season 9, but you were on something else, yeah?
I've only been on Big Brother.
You look so familiar.
But on Big Brother.
She keeps saying we've been going back and forth. She thinks that she's.
I mean, you model.
Yeah, I'm on ET. Like, I'm on TV, but like I'm not on another show like that. Yeah.
Well, you've got a face. You're ready for it.
Yeah, we're going.
Face, yeah.
We'll be there. We'll get there.
So like would you do like? I don't know if I just wasn't sure if like reality TV, like the ones that are there's different tiers, and to me like Big Brother was like there's some reality TV shows where you look at them and you're like, okay, yeah, they was on that show, that's cool. Yeah. And there's some reality TV shows you're like, okay, who gives a fuck about that person?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Survivor.
Do you look at some of these shows like that? Like in terms Survivor's huge.
Survivor's pretty
Do people still care?
Survivor
Do people still follow?
The stands are there.
I don't watch it.
I don't watch it. I don't watch it. It's still doing its thing. I'm talking more so about like the what was it? The one that we loved that was horrible. Temptation Island? No.
Oh, I
Love Island or the one where Temptation Island.
I wanted to watch that.
Have you watched it?
No, but I want to watch it.
I don't watch TV.
Temptation Island is
Where you go with your couple
there,
and then you get
are
tempted.
there more respectable shows
I
from
feel
a
like-
reality
yeah.
TV
I think
so.
perspective?
I think so.
As someone that has been on reality TV, on one of the more respectable
I think that's-
platforms, is there respectable reality TV shows and other
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I
shows that
think-
you're like never?
I think that's it for me. It's like being on Big Brother being my first show.
Yeah.
Can't see myself
too low.
You can't go low.
You can't go
The
low,
bar's already been set.
The stand's already been set. Like, I can't see myself on a dating show.
Yeah, you can't go to
I'm
Perfect
not gonna
Match.
name any names.
If you end up on Perfect Match, I'm gonna
that's
message you
great.
like, yo, bro, what happened? What happened?
There's so many shows that I would do.
Right.
So those are the ones I'm focused on. I'm not gonna focus
No, The Circle? I could see you on The Circle.
The Circle
The Circle does cast. Yeah, they do cast, I think, in Canada.
100% you would win that. It's all social and like visual.
That's what I'm saying.
You would 100% win that.
Especially because from my understanding, because I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it though. I feel like it's like you're talking to people one-on-one. It's a group chat.
No, you are, yeah.
Man, I would sauce the fucking
Listen,
and you gotta come up with the persona.
It's also,
You
it's not
create
just
that
talking to
people
people
want.
one-on-one. You get called out for your honesty on that show. Because people be like, I talked to him in the DMs and he said this. I talked to him in the DMs and he said that.
You would not catch
And they look for any reason. They look for any reason to get you out. You can't lie.
Yeah, you can't lie. You can't lie.
One time on the server, we get voted off because everyone.
Yeah, because everyone. They got receipts. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That sounds like
But I think you would do great. How about you?
I mean, I've always said I'd love to go on the challenge. I've said that from the very beginning. But like, I mean, Amazing Race. I couldn't do Survivor. Like, I feel like I'd actually die.
Do you feel
Bro, you don't help Survivor. You need to literally hunt for your food. You need to like fish and hunt and spear fish.
Do you actually, or is that like a production?
No. I've talked to people on Survivor. You can only eat what you catch.
Are you serious?
Yeah, bro.
It's real.
People go on there.
Vegan?
People go on there and lose.
I mean, you did it already.
People have gone on there and lost like 40 to 50 pounds of weight.
Is that the diet plan? I might do this. I might do this.
It might be the diet plan, like for real.
What's the other one that's Surviving Bear Gillis? I don't know if you guys seen that one.
Oh, I've seen that too.
Yeah, that guy's crazy, bro. He puts you out and like it's almost like Survivor, but he puts you through like
crazy
hunting skills and different challenges, bro. Like,
There's one I want his mom to go on. It's called Cooking in the Wild.
Okay.
Basically, it's like the Discovery Channel.
You have to forage and
that's fun.
Yeah.
But they only go for like 3 days in the wild, and they have to like live with experts in the wild.
3 days? That's not bad.
But he did 90 days. So he's like sleepover.
Yeah, it's like in the wild for 3 days. If you know how to survive and know how to cook, but all you can cook is what you find.
Bro, I fasted 7 days. I'm
and
good.
then
Let's
it's a
do
cooking
this.
competition based on that, based on whatever you were able to forage over 3 days. And how you were able to survive and like your knowledge of like what grows, which is super important right now.
We talked about that. We talked about
this earlier. I hope y'all ready. If you don't know,
I'm gonna figure it out.
If you don't know basic skills, Ty, I just believe in you. I just believe in you because I saw you.
I think the worst part of all of it is like the dating, like the dating show people are the one that get the most fame.
That's what I love those
shows. I love those shows, but it's like a lot of those guys.
I don't like those people.
You come off of like Too Hot to Handle, or you come off of Love Is Blind, and you have hundreds of thousands of followers, and all of a sudden you think that I'm about to move to LA, like I'm a celebrity now.
Now what?
Now what?
But it's like it's crazy. Like game shows like Big Brother and Survivor, they actually took skill. Like you actually had to play a game, you had to win shit, you had to strategize, you had to do all this stuff. And it was actually like a skillful game. Whereas like you go on Too Hot to Handle, what was the skill?
What's the skill that
There's
you
no skill, but like I'm genuinely curious for both of you guys. Once you guys finish Big Brother, you're done. The show's over. You took your mic off. You're your own person at this point.
Yeah.
Shit.
Now
I'm going through it now.
And it's a real like
it's
now.
trippy. It's
He's had some time to process it. I'm going through it right now. There's days where I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, it's done already. Like,
you gotta figure it out now. It's all you.
I remember, figuring it out is cool, but like even just thinking back on the experience, and remembering like how excited I was to get on the show. And I'm like, yo, it's fucking done already. Like every day I have a moment where I'm like, holy, how's it
you did 90 days and it's done already.
Do you have a plan going into the show? Like I'm going to have this sort of trajectory, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna do this and then do this and then
I think
it's a rollout.
Yeah, I think that like I know I'm still working on stuff right now. Like all the stuff that I had planned, but that's besides the point. It's just like the emotional like and mental aspects of it, where it's like, yo, I've been through this experience and like I'll never experience that again. It's kind of like sad. That's the most depressing part of this whole thing. Like I won the show, so thank God. Like I have something to be happy about. But like, I'm trying to put myself in other cast members' shoes.
Yeah,
right.
Think about First Out, like John Michael.
Man,
you know what I mean?
First Out is crazy.
You guys understand? Like when you start to get casted for the show, it's a long ass process. Like you get casted in like September, and then the show doesn't start till March.
Wow.
So it's like you're going through like weekly like signing stuff. You're like sending videos. You're going on Zoom. Like you're doing stuff for probably 6 months before the show even starts. So this is like your whole life leading up to the show. And then you get on and like imagine your first week.
Yeah.
Like that whole dream.
I'd be so vexed.
That whole dream
I'd
is
be
gone.
so vexed.
That was swept on my head. Honestly.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like being swept in the first round.
Yeah, so I try to be sensitive to that, and like I reach out to all the cast members and be like, yo, like what's going on with you? Like I want to make sure.
Actually?
I do that with everybody. Like that's why I don't have beef with anybody. Like you know, Zach has beef with some people, whatever. Cool.
You know what?
Rightfully
If
so.
Zach still has beef
It's
with
not
some-
beef. It's
no. Let me just say.
I bet people have beef with Zach more than he has to do with them, man.
We'll replace beef for disdain, awkward energy, dissension between him and someone else in your cast, and you do not.
Pause for 1 second.
I'll just finish my statement.
Before you do, I'm gonna listen. Before you do, make sure there's nobody else that's gonna fit the profile that you're trying to make of Zach.
Okay, I'll say this, and I'm going to receive.
Man, I gotta have Zach right here.
I know we need Zach on the
I'm gonna say that as I think about you and whoever else might have that same energy surrounding them, because I do think that honestly, if I'm honest with you, I have a lot of like misunderstanding around me all the time. That's why I really relate to characters like you or Zach. So it takes a lot for me to be like write someone off, and my intuition, like my brother-in-law and my husband can tell you, it's spot on 99.9999% of the time. And like you might not be able to prove it right now, but you could prove it 10 years from now, maybe 5 months from now. You could prove it. It's a fact. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at things holistically, fairly, empathetically. You know, I'm looking at things all the way. All I'm saying is, don't loop yourself in with Zach when I'm talking about what I'm talking about, all right?
I'm my own man. What I'm saying. I'm my own man. So like, whether Zach was in the house or not, and going back to the question you asked me, like, do you think the outcome would have been the same if Zach stayed in the house? People would see that I'm real. Whatever Zach's doing is Zach.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Like I said, Zach's not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect.
Right.
Everybody in the house had a moment where they could have done better. If not multiple times. Absolutely.
Everybody in the world.
Exactly. That's all of us. You know what I mean? So Zach's not perfect, and I feel like to write him off as an individual, not knowing him in person, getting the chance to know him in person, is doing yourself a disservice. He's an amazing guy. He's not perfect. He can be arrogant sometimes. Whatever you want to say about him, cool. He's a liar, X, Y, and Z. The whole game of Big Brother is being deceitful. It's lying to
be a
people.
little bit,
You know what I mean? So it's like, Kuzi was probably the best liar in the house, but she's held as Queen Kuzi, while Zach is a piece of shit.
That's all right. Name still.
Which is kind of like, contradictory.
I think it's the way they cut it, though, to your point, because from what I'm seeing, you can't convince me from what I saw with my own eyes that that's not how it is. But I can't also in my frame of mind say you, who saw way more than I could ever see, is not the more valued opinion on that subject.
That's what I'm saying. I don't blame anybody.
True, so I'm like, you know, but
I don't blame the public.
remember what my original thought was. My overall thought is that you are separate in your own human. And
I'm always myself. That's what I'm saying.
And whatever, I think that it's really hard to see how you are perceived as your own self, especially when it's not fairly, accurately portrayed as who you are.
It's frustrating,
and that's how it is.
I also don't care.
You were still portrayed as that nigga. That's all I'm saying. Like,
I appreciate that.
I just want you to understand, because I think that you think you were portrayed worse than you were. And you weren't. No matter what you were tied to Zach, when Zach left, people loved you more. That's a fact. That's what the numbers were. They were doing votings every week. I looked into it because I'm nosy. And anything that I'm part of or I'm entertaining, I'm like, well, what else?
The energy shift was crazy. The energy shift was crazy.
And it's the only season I've seen, but I wanted to know everything about it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to support somebody that I can't fully support. You heard, R. Kelly, your music is tight, but if you're molesting children, I cannot. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I cannot support this. I can't run the spins up. I cannot do it. So all I'm saying is, whatever you were, that wasn't my original point, but I want you to know this from earlier, is that it felt like you think you are portrayed less, as a less version of yourself than you are. And I think that those of us that didn't know you at all and still don't really know you at all, still saw you as who you are. Like, who you said you were and who you have been tonight is who I said you were before you were ever going to be on this podcast when I watched the show from the viral clip of you and Hope. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll watch it. Yeah. You know, and I watched it without him. Yeah. And I was like, yo, this show is actually really good. And I love this guy. Ty's going to win. I promise you he's going to win. I think episode 10, I said, Ty's going to win. He needs to get rid of this fucking clown. And he's going to win. No, they're not. I'm not saying that.
You are him.
No, I'm just telling you.
She's your words, too. She's your word, too.
This guy's a clown.
That also aligns with your words, but I'm using my words at the time that were, of course, we've already said this, not as most informed as everybody else that we're watching, right?
I get it. But
you represented the fuck out of yourself.
Yeah.
You made your mom proud, and you stood on everything you said you stood for. And when you fucked up or when you lied, you said, I lied to because of X, Y, Z.
I had to, you know what I mean?
I did this because of X, Y, Z.
My game plan.
Period.
Game plan is like when to be myself.
Yeah, that's all you can do,
If I fucked
bro.
up, I'm gonna say I fucked up. Yeah. Nobody makes 100% of the right decisions at any point in time.
Shoot.
So if you can, as long as you can own it, then that's all that matters, and like that's what
It's the
matters
most
to me.
human thing.
So
Yep.
yeah,
That's
going
right.
there, it's just like, man, I wanted to. If I got evicted early, if I was the first one out and I played my game, fuck.
You did yours.
I was me.
You were you. That's it.
So
Just
that's
stay
what
true
mattered.
to
Like,
you,
there was
man.
this- my mom told me that she was in like the finale crowd or whatever, and there was somebody that said to Claudia's parents, "I hope Claudia wins and Ty loses." Like that pissed me off a lot because like for any parent to hear that someone's like actively rooting
against your son, against your child.
Tell Claudia's parents that you hope Claudia wins, but to say I hope Ty loses, you make a person was like, why? So for me to hear that and say I came out like that was me. It kind of like reaffirmed that mom like I got this.
You're him.
I also want to show your mom out because before we went into the finale, she came up to me and she said, "Yeah, like I really appreciate you giving Ty that advice in the house." And I was like, that was Tashawn, not me. Mama,
all Mexicans gonna say it.
Y'all look alike.
I honestly played along. I played along though.
Somebody else told me about Tashawn. I'm like, Jed? No, none of these guys. Ty? What? None of these guys are Tashawn. I don't know who Tashawn is.
You're like a shade darker, bro. I don't know.
That's hilarious. Don't tell me I know him too.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious. Yeah, Dougie Licious is a Richmond Hill legend, so I know all the light skins.
That was good though.
Y'all stay linked up, yo.
Before we wrap up, there's a new segment that I introduced in the last podcast called Use Your Platform. It's basically an opportunity for you to use your platform for whatever you choose to do so. Last time I used mine to basically blast the club scene in Toronto and say that King Street West is whack and I need a place to go and party. I live down the street and it's just very disheartening to know that my wife from LA has yet to experience a decent club experience.
Damn.
I mean, we'll probably.
The bar is set pretty high though, coming from LA.
Yeah. I don't even know though.
Is it though?
I don't even know.
LA is overrated a
They
little
were
bit.
talking to me like I was tripping. You heard? Like, they were talking to me like you're not gonna believe it. You're not gonna.
2019 and before. But you know what shit was crazy.
And everything else they said about you're not gonna believe it was true.
Yeah.
But not the club scene. It wasn't true. And I was like,
you know what I'm saying?
Where we at? Where we at?
I will say.
Where are they taking you?
Yeah,
it's just King Street.
I go wherever.
They take you to EFS, don't they?
No, EFS died before she showed up.
I'm not saying any names.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you.
You don't say the names. I'll say
Two
them.
times that were good.
Don't say
there
the
was
name.
one time he took us for our birthday weekend.
Mr. Wolf
that was
that
lit
one
as
time.
fuck. I said two times. That's not many.
My bad.
Before you didn't.
You heard? I'm saying two times. This time he took us. That was lit as fuck, and I was like, okay, they have something
Yeah, Mr.
going
Wolf,
on.
the music was good and everything.
And there was one other time we went somewhere that my friend was out here DJing for Tiff. And she
you was at
invited us,
Mademoiselle.
and then we went to that, and we were like, but it was a specific.
It's like a restaurant.
Like when I say these are parties,
Kind of goes up until late
these
enough.
places are not.
What did I say last time? The
It's
specific
too, I've been
parties.
over a year. Come on now. Where the parties at?
He only talks to you. That's why he doesn't know where to go.
That's also true. I'm like, I said on the podcast.
But why are you making that my fault?
Hey, listen.
I'm looking to be indoctrinated, and y'all acting like y'all don't want to
Let me,
indoctrinate.
I guess, let me double down on my use my platform segment before I pass
It's
it
a family
on.
drama.
Yeah, that's great.
Family drama.
I'm gonna double down on my
Family business.
This is how we talk. Don't worry.
your platform segment. Again,
I got one for you.
I'm gonna say once more.
Yeah.
If somebody can take me to a proper club venue
That's it.
where the
Take
music
me out.
is
Someone
good.
take me out.
Well, I'm not trying to go pay for it. I'm not gonna wait in the line for it. Like I paid my dues.
Yeah, no, we're
not waiting in line.
I'm promise you I won't wait in line.
Not paying.
If I saw Ty or Jed in line, I'm gonna light that whole club up. Are you crazy? First off, I'm gonna blame you. Why are you guys standing in line?
Hey, I hit the line at McDonald's at Queen's Banana before I hit the line on fucking King West. Come on now.
That's
fine. You know what I mean?
No, we're not waiting.
So I'll reuse my segment platform to just basically say, please help me find another spot that I can party at. Maybe Ty at where you going? I might pop up there, and that might be the one.
I'll be at the lobby on the 24th.
Lobby on the 24th. Talk about it.
Say it. My little celebration for winning Big Brother Canada, bringing it back to the city. You know what I mean? So just want to be there with my closest people and my fans that been supporting me from day one, or if they came around later on in the season, that's cool too.
Yeah. Okay. Dripped on some ball game merch.
Yeah, some ball game merch. Okay. There might be some there for you guys, but yeah.
Jeez. Can we get a ball game?
Fire. Okay. Jed, what about you, man? What's up?
Oh man, I don't even know what we're trying to do right now. Honestly, I'm exhausted.
Grab this off season.
Yeah, you know what? Check me out on ET Canada, man.
Okay.
Weekday nights, 7:30, Global.
What are you doing over there? Actually, don't even know. I've barely been able to really connect with you. I
help host the show, and then I interview a lot of celebrities, a lot of musicians.
Mr. Media over here, yo.
Just talked to the Black Eyed Peas the other day.
Okay.
Okay.
What's what I am saying?
Talked to Nelly a couple weeks ago.
Okay, young T-Rex in the game.
Look at this guy.
Nelly.
Hollywood, stop Furtado. You were just saying Furtado.
Trying to go.
Band-Aid Nelly. Like Malik Nelly. Like Malik Nelly. Band-Aid Nelly.
Hey, me and Nelly are boys. He follows me on Instagram and everything. So we're actually boys.
That's fire.
So no, just check that shit out, man. I'm always posting my stuff on my social media. We're just trying to connect with a bunch of different people.
Okay.
You know, trying to make these celebrities feel like humans because they are just humans.
They are just like us.
And having some good conversations. So that's what I'm doing these days.
Dope.
And if another opportunity comes, I'm gonna take it. So that's where I'm at.
Dope. I love it.
Just got a new crib with my girl.
Hey.
She's moving here. So.
Okay.
From where?
Well, she lived in Vancouver for the last 2 years.
Damn.
She lived in Toronto 5 years previous to that, but then she moved. We met when she was in Vancouver.
Yeah.
So we've been dating long distance for a year.
Do you want to say her name?
Yeah, her name's Jade.
Jade.
Yeah, we verified. Couple TikTok. We got couple 20 millions up there. So go check those videos out. A lot of more content coming to you when she comes here because it's hard.
Damn.
It's hard to make consistent content when she lives across the country. This guy knows his girls across the country too. I'm waiting for that TTCC.
I like it.
I'm waiting for that one to come out.
That's fire.
Hey, I mean, for both of you guys, you know what I ended up doing with the girl that I was across the country, or I mean, in another country. I married her. So
yo, how did that happen? So you only been here for a year?
She's been living here for a year.
A little over a year.
So did you guys? Like, what happened? You guys were engaged across the country?
No, so he was working in LA, and he had to basically employ, based out of the company that I was working for, people that would work with him and what he was working for. And so, we don't do free plugs around here, which is why I'm being vague. But that's what it was. Is he saw, in LA, like, honestly, in LA, like everything is done off headshots, nothing is done off credential. So it doesn't even matter. They do the headshot first and then they do credential. So all he got was headshots, and he was like, I mean, it's not that hard. Who's okay?
My guy.
Whoa. Jeez. That might have been an HR issue. I'm not gonna lie.
There was no HR.
We are the HR.
Okay.
And so I pulled up to the spot, and it was cute. It was a look, and it was respectful the entire time. And I found out later that he was in another situation, which is why he wasn't inappropriate to me, which I thought would have just been appropriate with me.
But he's also not an inappropriate guy, though.
But once I found out why he wasn't pursuing the way that I thought he should pursue, I was like, this is my vibe. Like, I'm all about the respect. Like, I'm a daddy's girl. I want a mama's boy that is like on the same level of respect, that has a brain. Like, what's up? Have a brain with me. I know we're both cute and we dress cool.
Yeah.
But like, that doesn't always encourage the same group of people of like-mindedness to, you know, try to get at you. So that's what it was. It was just like a rare moment in the right time. It happened. It was serendipitous, and it's been inseparable since then. And it was the top of the day.
Right.
We had nothing to do with talk. Nothing to do.
Yeah,
I just have to get to know you, like your soul, your heart. Who are you?
Crazy.
Right.
Nothing else.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
True love
Good for
story.
you, man.
That's crazy.
So if it is worth it, gentlemen,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If it's
I
worth
promise
it, you can work it.
couldn't be further away than we were.
That's it. There's it.
Facts.
Sometimes you can say whatever happens,
So-
and sometimes you gotta make it happen.
Just find it, you make the shit happen. If it's
Exactly.
worth it, make it
That's
happen.
it,
Even
yeah.
if it's just worth it for now,
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
that is important too.
Right.
A lot of times that's important too, because that's going to lead you to the next thing that's important.
Yeah. I think it's also important to realize if it isn't worth it.
Yeah.
Because then you don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste their time. It's disrespectful to waste someone else's time knowing that you're not with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So,
That goes back to your emotional
Right, exactly, yeah.
intelligence.
Discernment
right?
is
Emotional
huge.
intelligence has a lot to do with discernment as well.
Right.
Discernment is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%.
Later, this ain't it.
For you, using your platform?
Wow. I'm about to take a hard left.
Okay.
I'm about to take a hard left. I apologize. Because I could do the relationship thing, but I mean, I've been married and everything, so I love my wife. She's over here, but I'm a swerve real quick.
That's old news now, eh?
Not old news. Hold on. No. She's sick. Listen. I'm gonna shout out wifey one time because she over here rocking the natural hair look.
What's her name? I didn't get it.
Shout out to Ashley one time.
Okay.
What's up, babe?
What's up, babe? What's up?
But no, I gotta take a hard left real quick because they call me Pastor Govey on the show. So I know you just came in. I'm just
Pastor
letting you know.
Govey.
So I gotta spit some real talk.
He's wholesome and he always puts out his whole name.
Yeah.
He tries to be.
No. But I actually have to drop this before we drop off the pot because I feel like I gotta say this. So June 26th, we got a very important election happening in the city, and I gotta use my platform to let people know that I need you to go out there and vote on this election. June 26th, it's for the mayor of Toronto. And so for all of us sitting at this table, I know you might not live in the city, but you come to the city. You party in the city. So for those, but you might know someone who lives in the city.
Right.
So I need you to tell your people who live in the city, whether they own a place, they rent a place, they work here. Well, you gotta live here or you gotta live in the city. But I just need people who live in the city who are of the age to vote to get out there and vote. This is a very important election.
I thought you were gonna say vote for Chloe Brown.
No. I'm not gonna tell you who to vote for. That's not my spot.
You
But
can say
like,
that.
that's not my spot. But
Use your platform.
no. But what I'm gonna tell you is this is a very important election. If you pay rent in the city,
I do.
if you own a property in the city,
One day.
I need you to vote in this election because this election right now for our generation is about to be a big time election. They're about to make some big changes. The next person that comes into power, they're either going to raise our taxes, they're either going to raise your rent, or have the ability to lower your rent, put rent control in, raise your property taxes, whatever it may be. So I need you to get out there and vote on June 26th. Make your voice heard. Don't go complaining on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter if you didn't vote. So go out there and vote on June 26th. I don't care who you vote for. Go out there and vote. Express your civic duty, your civic right, and please.
What should they do?
Vote. June 26th.
What do you say to people that say their vote doesn't matter?
It always matters. If everyone says their vote doesn't matter, then it doesn't matter. We need people to go out there. It doesn't matter who you vote for. Make your voice heard. This is a democracy. There's countries in this, there's cities, there's countries in this world where people can't vote. They die, they fight, literally give up their lives to vote. And we have that ability right here. So please, do your research, right? Do your Googles. Search what you gotta search, but please make yourself educated and get out there and vote on June 26th.
I've seen a lot of things that make me believe my vote doesn't matter, but when it comes to local elections,
that's the biggest one
that you're referring to. It's 100% it matters.
It's the biggest
and
one.
even if you think it still doesn't matter, you have to know by sheer math that it matters more than
exactly.
right?
Exactly.
And so if there's something that you're gonna vote for, this is the one.
This is the one.
Right.
So,
can you tell me the big names? Just because I
Chris Sky.
Okay. I know Chris Sky. This guy pulled up on my LA Fitness one day. That was crazy.
He came to the gym one day
in Aurora.
Yeah, of course.
He came to LA Fitness with like 200 men.
Of course he did.
And just walked in, no masks. You know, this was middle of COVID.
Of course he did.
They all just started doing preacher curls and shit.
Who's the man that's up there? Gong 44?
No, I said this thing every
Asian dude. But no, I'm not gonna push any. I'm not gonna push any.
No, but who are like? No, but I'm actually just wondering. Like, so
there's 102 people.
Oh my god!
But there's like 7 or 8 that are like
main names
candidates.
Okay.
But like, so I don't want because I might forget a name. But so I don't want to name people and forget a name and people are whatever.
Okay.
But do your research. There's places out there. CBC. City TV, whatever news station you want to look at, they have it. You can go on City of Toronto,
ET Canada,
you know what I mean? Like, you do your Googles, do your research, but please, guys, if you are of age to vote and you live in the City of Toronto, please get out there and vote on June 26th.
Appreciate that.
And for those who that think 102 is a lot, I just want to point out that Malik just said that's like a draft. So if you're watching, no, I'm just saying, if you're watching the NBA draft and you're thinking that's not a lot, but you think this is a lot, and you're like, I'm still gonna complain about this thing, you're gonna be only talking about basketball, baby. If you're not interested, if you're not putting it, you better only be talking about basketball on here.
Yeah, you shouldn't know more about Mariah Mills and Zion Williamson than you do about your own election. So please.
There's also like 100,000 applicants to BB Can every year. So 60. There you go.
Speaking of BB Can, I want to thank you both.
Hey,
for coming up to the podcast.
Yes.
Thank you. You guys equally as melanated as myself. Maybe just slightly a little bit less than a little bit uncomfortable.
This is the light bright pod. The light bright pod. I love it.
We got one from round one.
I'm trying to get that salt and pepper one day.
I went back to Richmond Hill like this past weekend, and my sister and my younger brother was like, "Yo, you're fucking great." Oh shit! I haven't noticed over all the stress that's been going on.
It's wisdom.
And I'm gonna continue to pride myself and not be a just for men man. So,
no. Let it go. We don't do that, bro. We don't do that.
I love it.
We don't do that.
Wait a minute. Cut the camera.
We're done.
Yes. Big up to the man down. Appreciate it. 190. Let's go.
That was literally like you trying to set records everywhere you go. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, just watch out for chords. Yeah, I know backwards. Yeah, man, appreciate it, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll do okay. You just came ahead.